We tell these stories to enlighten and inspire us of these individuals gathering into God's kingdom, but also to remind us that there is sacrifice involved when we choose to follow Jesus. I mean, we could tell the story again of Joseph Smith. Here he is in January, packing up yet again. How many times have they moved now in their 4 years of marriage with Emma? Like 4, 6 times?
Quite a few times. And the fact is remember, Emma has already lost one child, their firstborn, named Alvin. And now she's in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy with twins, and she's struggling. It's painful. It's middle of the winter. They've gotten into this sleigh with, so we're coming to the Ohio with Sidney Rigdon and Edward Partridge, who had come to New York to meet Joseph. So we're relocating. We don't have a place to really live. We arrive in Kirtland. Joseph jumps out of the sleigh, goes into Newell K. Whitney's store, goes bounding in, sticks his hand out and says, "Newell K. Whitney, thou art the man."
And he's like, "You got the better of me. I don't know what your name is. I don't know who you are."
And he says, "I am Joseph Smith. You prayed me here. Now what do you want me to do?" And thus begins this bond, this friendship, where the Whitneys actually moved to their upstairs to allow Joseph and Emma a place to stay. That was kind of their landing spot. Later on, they're going to move to the Isaac Morley farm, and from there, later on in the year, they're going to move to Hiram, Ohio to stay with John and Elsa Johnson on the Johnson farm. And so we're bouncing around, but there's incredible sacrifice. And shortly after giving birth to these 2 twins, neither one of them survive. Another couple in Kirtland had just had twins themselves, the Murdochs, and unfortunately, Sister Murdoch passed away. And so Joseph and Emma are able to take those 2 twins and adopt them and to provide for them and to raise them.
And sometimes these are hard stories to tell because later a mob attacks the John Johnson home where Joseph Smith is staying and drag him out. And actually one of the twins is exposed to cold and later dies. And hopefully none of us have to experience such hardships. But we want you to know that God is with us and he's aware that we all suffer and struggle. It is part of life. And he provides revelations to provide us guidance and encouragement. And I'm just impressed with Joseph Smith. I think about my own life, the things that I feel impressed by God to get done. And if I had to be packing up every couple of months and moving into somebody else's house and not even having a routine where I can get stuff done. And so we just tie this together, these stories that sacrifice is involved when we're invited to participate in God's kingdom. And so don't be surprised if life's a little bit difficult. Just know that you can always turn to God and he will provide the comfort, support, and salvation that you need to make your way through.
Sounds a little bit like the 4th verse of Praise to the Man. Sacrifice brings forth the blessings of heaven. It just, you see it throughout the scriptures, not just in church history, but throughout all of the scriptures. But here it's a little closer to us.
And on a personal note, I often have said to God in my moments of sacrifice, like, listen, you could give me a multiple choice test about sacrifice, and I think I could probably get in a B or maybe A- range in answering the questions, but do you really need me to actually, I don't need a take-home assignment here. So,
yeah, I don't want to have that kind of test. I'd rather have the written test, not the live it kind of a test.
And God just says to me, "Oh, Brother Taylor, that's not quite how it works here."